The mass adoption of Discord and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. Discord is directly responsible for fracturing thousands of communities, the loss or privatization of knowledge relating to various technical topics, and a massive increase in child exploitation. Most of this video will focus on the social and cultural issues that have arisen in the past few years that I believe Discord has played a major role in producing. But first, a little bit of a history lesson. I began using Skype probably in late 2006. Before that, most people I knew used AIM. Skype actually is kind of like Discord in a way because it took two things, text and voice chat, and combined them into one overly accessible package. I used Ventrilo quite a lot back in the day too. Skype and Vent filled two completely different roles. Skype was more for one-on-one private communication, usually with people you actually knew, although anyone who used Skype in the golden era will remember the never-ending group calls with 1,000 people. Vent, TeamSpeak 3, Mumble, and the likes all fill a completely different purpose. They are more of a public place where you would go talk to mostly strangers in real time. Having multiple choices meant software had to stay competitive and not suddenly sabotage itself for no reason, aka intelligence operations or shady corporate deals. But Microsoft bought Skype and immediately began sabotaging it, like it does with everything. Just like voice chat programs, there were also two kinds of text chat programs. Think of it like this: AIM was to Skype, as IRC was to Vent. Eventually, the text chat ecosystem started moving in a whole different direction. Custom emoticons were phased out in favor of the soulless emoji system we're still stuck with today. Inline media was becoming a standard feature, and soon every chat program became a clone of one unified model with only a few standout features between each program. I refer to this model as Mixed Media Chat, or MMC. MMC is any chat software that supports the sharing of images, audio, video, or even generic files through the software, usually accompanied by media previews. Before MMC was normalized, we had to upload everything to a file host and then share the link. Today I mostly use Telegram, although I'd like to phase it out due to various annoyances. Often I'll just give people my personal cell phone number, even though SMS is the least secure communication system. I'm far more concerned about data collection from corporations such as Discord than I am the US or most other governments. Not that the phone companies aren't also reading your SMS. Like Discord, just assume anything sent over the phone is public info. And if I'm talking about phones, I gotta mention Snapchat real quick. I hate it. Snapchat has been far worse than Discord for culture as a whole. So anyway, right before I quit playing League of Legends, there was this trend. Before the match started, someone would post a link to their web browser-based voice chat service. It could have been Curse Voice, lolchat.me, or maybe something else. If I wasn't already talking to my friends in Skype or Raid Chat, I was listening to music, and I knew I didn't want to talk to these random raging nerds who are super sweaty Silver 4 players who think they're going to go live in the TSM gaming house and play League of Legends for the rest of their life as a pro esports player. Anyway, when you didn't join their voice chat, they would, without fail, get mad at you or act passive-aggressive. Usually they would blame the entire match on you, all because you weren't in their voice chat. This was the first time I noticed people having an emotional reaction to someone not wanting to use their software. My first experience with Discord was sometime in 2015. I was in college and pretty big into CSGO. One day my British friend asked to play some CS, but this time he sent a link to Discord. I clicked it, but it wanted me to set up an account, so I was like, yeah, I can't be bothered right now, bro, just get on your TeamSpeak server. Immediately, I noticed a change in tone from wanting to game to mad because I wasn't in Discord. We played that game and used in-game voice chat, but the entire time the tone was negative against me. We probably lost, call it a gut feeling, but I knew something was up with Discord. The Britbong came to me a few more times trying to get me in Discord. He soon vanished completely from my life. Funny, because I had just lent him like 0.19 Bitcoin, which would now be worth, Today when you tell someone you don't use Discord, you're usually met with understanding, but back in the early days, if you didn't use Discord, you were the worst nightmare to the people who did. Turns out it wasn't just my Britbong buddy who had an emotional reaction to me not wanting to use the software, but it was actually every single Discord user. Almost as if they all had some kind of cognitive dissonance where they needed validation by you also using Discord. I remember Discord users would always respond in the exact same unoriginal way, always mentioning something about Skype. Well, what do you use, Skype?
Don't tell me you still use Skype.
Turns out there was a real-life and online marketing program for Discord, this thing called Hype Squad. Information about the early Hype Squad program is tightly controlled. The website used to state members would need to receive training online or in real life. Members who are still part of the active yet closed to new applicants real-life program are all in secret Discord groups, which I believe they sign an NDA for, or simply act as if they've signed one. Around 2018, they changed the Hype Squad system, closing off applications for the real-life program, and completely changing the online program into houses that can be joined by anyone, and you even get a special little icon in your profile if you join. You just gotta answer a few questions. The complexity and psychology of how this works could be an entire video on its own, but I suspect there was more going on with this Hype Squad thing than what is publicly known. I believe there was possibly an element of community, forum, and IRC infiltration in the early days of this program. And all of this assumes it's being done by unpaid volunteers. The practice of paying shills or AI bot farms to promote something online is extremely common. Now, Discord would never admit directly to doing that, but there are plenty of marketing firms Discord likely works with who do utilize those methods. Whether done by paid, unpaid, or unconscious shilling, something was certainly going on with Discord's original growth. It's foolish to think otherwise, as not employing these extremely effective and inexpensive strategies would be limiting the potential user base of Discord, and I don't think the investors would be too happy about that. Back then, I was planning a video on Discord just like this one, but I never did make it because I figured Discord was just the new flavor of the month thing that these esports freaks were using. At the time, I regarded the phenomena as a social virus. The original idea was of an actual computer virus that is spread via peer pressure, but today that term can obviously be expanded into real-life behavior. While Discord might not be software that destroys your computer, it is certainly a form of spyware. The Discord client collects data such as what programs you're running, geolocation data on the phone, and allegedly browser cookies, history, accounts, things like that. It also obviously collects everything sent through the service. Who knows what other kinds of data Discord collects, or what kind of access it has into your computer and phone. Jason Citron, the creator of Discord, has had multiple previous projects with privacy issues. The first of which was all the way back in 2008 with the iPhone game called Aurora Feint. Aurora Feint was a free puzzle game, which later got the title of the first spyware for iPhone. The game would send your entire phone contact list and possibly other information unencrypted to the Aurora Feint servers. The developers claimed this info wasn't stored, but they had no privacy policy, meaning they could have stored and sold it if they wanted. Once people found out about this, the community features were disabled. Jason and his associates went and ran damage control, claiming that Aurora Feint doesn't sell or rent any user data. He also wanted to make it very clear that it was all opt-in and you didn't have to use the online features of the game. But how exactly was Aurora Feint supposed to make money, being a free game with no ads built in? Apple removed Aurora Feint from the App Store, but it was back after they added a privacy policy and made some updates. Jason's next venture, OpenFeint, would be even worse. OpenFeint was the social system from the Aurora Feint game, but it could be added into other mobile games. OpenFeint operated from 2009 to 2012 and was quite popular. Odds are if you owned an iPhone, you had a game on it with OpenFeint integration. Developers could add OpenFeint for free, but it's very likely OpenFeint was paying some developers to implement it. Getting paid to add special middleman software is a common practice in software development. OpenFeint also had standalone software, which even came pre-installed on AT&T phones for a short period. Gree Inc., a Japanese company who had recently partnered with Tencent, decided to purchase OpenFeint in 2011. A few months later, a class action lawsuit was filed against the company over computer fraud, invasion of privacy, and a bunch of other stuff. OpenFeint apparently collected info such as GPS location, browser history, and social media profiles, all of which was done without the user's consent. The lawsuit was dismissed because the plaintiffs had no personal stake in the outcome. OpenFeint claimed that no data breach was identified, which is legal speak for, we did collect your data, but we never had any of it stolen from us. After OpenFeint was sold, Jason Citron left and went on to start a new company, Phoenix Guild. This later became Hammer and Chisel, where he would create the League of Legends rip-off game, Fates Forever, which had a social network kind of like Aurora Feint. When the game died, Jason would once again take the social aspect from the game and use it to create something new, Discord. It is clear Jason Citrin and his associates are deep in the data collection game and have connections with some of the largest ad and marketing corporations in the world. Discord is free, meaning you are the product. The only revenue streams Discord has are Nitro and Boosts, both of which are not very compelling to pay for. The cost of running Discord at the technical level alone massively outweighs the income from these sources. Having offices in San Francisco, paying employees, taxes, etc. isn't cheap either. Discord is only able to operate due to massive funding from venture capital firms, of which Discord had already raised millions from before the service even launched. One of those big investors is Tencent, a company that is always under fire because it's Chinese. What most people neglect to mention is that Tencent is majority owned by the Dutch and South African corporation Naspers. Other investors in Discord are Accel, a Palo Alto-based venture capital with investments in Facebook, Slack, DJI, Spotify, Dropbox, and Venmo, just to name a few. San Francisco-based Benchmark Venture Capital with investments in Twitter, Snapchat, Uber, eBay, Yelp, Zillow, Docker, MySQL, and many more. Even Time Warner, which became Warner Media, who owned about a third of all global media, also had investments in Discord. Greylock Partners, with investments in Roblox, Airbnb, Coinbase, the list goes on, and Peter Raylan's San Francisco-based UWeb Incubator. Peter Raylan was Jason Citrin's operating partner possibly as far back as 2007 during the Aurora and OpenFaint era. Peter also owned half of the OpenFaint company. Other investors in Discord are General Catalyst, Sony, Dragoneer, Bally Guilford, FirstMark, Spark Capital, and many more. Many of the members of these groups are on the board of Discord in some capacity. Venture capital often works by an investor purchasing ownership in part of the company. The returns are usually made when the company goes public or is sold off to another company. Venture capital investments are usually ran on a 10-year cycle, and Discord is getting very close to being 10 years old. I suspect you'll see Discord sold off or go public in the next few years. Discord is valued at above $12 billion, which sounds high, but I've seen numbers estimating Telegram to be above $60 billion. The data that these companies collect is a huge source of their value. When Discord gets sold, all of that data becomes the property of the new owners. The venture capital investors may even have some access to the data that Discord collects. They do own large parts of the company after all. Some claim Discord is made to monitor groups to see what kinds of things people really believe and do. Discord could also be used to sway public opinion on various topics, promote certain products or movements. But Discord doesn't have just one goal. There's a multifaceted approach to destruction. Specifically, the destruction of online cultures and identity. There are many ways Discord is doing this. For example, when I first began working with Star by Star Gaming, they exclusively used TeamSpeak 3 for all their voice chat. You could hop in pretty much any TeamSpeak channel and start bullshitting with someone. SBS still uses their public TS, but there aren't that many people online anymore, except a few who use it as their personal VoIP solution. You may think, oh well, everyone moved to Discord, right? Well, the SBS Discord group has tons of people in it, but looking at the voice chat channels, empty. There are people in the group, and sure, some of them post in the text channels, but the group is mostly used for server announcements or stupid Discord memes. Where did all the people go? Well, this is the biggest problem with Discord. Discord's functionality discourages its use as a real-time group voice chat service like TS3 or Mumble. Instead, because Discord is a personal platform where users can be messaged offline or privately, it encourages breakaway or in-groups. Most of the users of the SBS Discord, which would have been talking in the TeamSpeak server, are now all in their own private Discord calls or groups. Discord is made to create discord. They always have to tell you up front what's going on. Discord takes once thriving communities like SBS and fractures them into 1,000 little private chats where people start drama and talk mad shit about other people from the community. You can no longer just get on TeamSpeak and be talking to other random people who are playing the same game you are. You now need to have your own friend groups and your own private Discord chats. This creates endless issues. Don't believe me? Go to the SBS forums and search for the phrase, "in a call." Jesus said, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Discord also makes creating real friendships with people much harder. Discord is structured in a way where you may meet someone and then never talk to them again. It makes forgetting about people or ghosting them a trivial thing to do. This also works the opposite way. People you normally wouldn't want to get to know are now way too close. Meeting people once and never meeting them again has always been the norm. Think about randoms in game or public chat rooms. But Discord makes those random people a bit closer to you. Just close enough that it trains you into thinking that people who may actually want to be friends are the same as that random guy who you met in game and added on Discord so you could play with voice chat. Back when I played League of Legends, my friend met 2 guys in-game who were willing to talk on Skype, which was very uncommon. People didn't usually add randoms on such a personal platform like Skype. When I got on to play, I met them too. We gamed quite a lot, and I'm still friends with the 2 today. I'm not saying this can't happen on Discord, but if Discord were around, who's to say that the next day our 2 new friends wouldn't have just found some other randoms to play with? That's how it is now with Discord. People assume everyone else also has Discord, and that Discord is equivalent to in-game voice chat, thus making people treat many interactions as if they're one-time contacts. Discord also makes it harder to get away from people that you don't want to communicate with. I once had a stalker. He would insert himself into my personal life and friend groups. He would call my house and send me stuff in the mail. I was getting sick of his shit, and eventually, I blocked him on pretty much everything. I even had to abandon a group of internet friends because he had infiltrated their spaces too. I believe he even came to my state and met up with some of my real-life friends years after I had blocked him. But his main reason for coming wasn't me, it was actually to meet with an underage girl. As you can guess, this guy is probably an avid Discord user. What if all of this happened in the modern era, and I was a 16-year-old gamer who uses Discord for everything? I block him on Discord and everything else I can think of. Sure, he can come back with new accounts just like before, but now he probably was already in almost every single group that I was in, and likely knows way more of my friends. What if he uses alts and follows me to new groups, or befriends new people who he sees me befriending? Because Discord is so consolidated, getting away from people is much harder. Sure, blocking works when you're dealing with general annoyances, but highly advanced stalkers and predators are usually never slowed by a simple block. I can only imagine how young people in similar situations feel today. There is another big problem within Discord, and that, of course, is the pedophile problem. Discord is a hotbed for 30 to 40-year-old balding sub-5'7" men who want to call a vulnerable 14-year-old girl beautiful and kitten. Most users only have a single Discord account, which makes it super easy to track someone across the entire internet. Did you post your Discord once on Facebook years ago so your friends from school could add you? Well, hope you have your privacy settings set correctly, because now a pedo has your real name, location, and all of your family and friends' names. And that's just one example. Grooming may be against the terms of service, but unless Discord is actively monitoring random conversations, it likely never gets reported. Discord also claims to not keep copies of deleted messages unless it was reported first. Not that other chat software doesn't have similar issues, but the pedo problem was never as prevalent as it's been with Discord. Discord provides a safe space for pedophiles and other freaks to operate in. Surely pedos in Skype groups would also find targets to groom, but finding Skype groups with strangers wasn't something an average user could easily do. But on Discord, almost everything is done via groups. Today, the simple mention of the word grooming, even when using the word in a completely different context, will have people spouting Discord memes left and right. Almost as if the meme is an attempt to hide the fact that the problem exists simply by brushing it off as a funny joke. Discord moderation has been known in the past not to do much about grooming. Pedos are regularly reported, and many times they aren't banned unless actual CP is being shared. What Discord moderation is extremely known for is being very active at banning drawings of fictional underage characters. Discord is home to various groups who share actual real-life child abuse, bestiality, and various other extremely disturbing and illegal content. Stuff like this is probably only shared within multi-layered in-groups to ensure it never gets reported. And when something like this does get reported, I do not believe Discord employs people who would be mentally capable of viewing such content. Discord does use the Microsoft PhotoDNA program, which takes image hashes and compares them with a list of known CP hashes. In 2019, Discord defined exploitative content as one single ban category, meaning a real CP ban, revenge porn, and underage drawings were all grouped into one category. This was the second most common reason for being banned on Discord besides spam. Recently, Discord has changed its categories, and now child safety is the most common ban, with over 1 million accounts banned in the second half of 2021 alone. But Discord does group SCRM into the child safety category. Discord defines SCRM as sexual content regarding minors that is not reportable to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I assume SCRM is mostly underage drawings, because if it isn't reportable to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, then it probably doesn't actually involve real child abuse. Judging by the server ban data, you can see that the moderation team is way more active at banning these SCRM groups than they are with banning actual real CP groups. Discord banned more SCRM groups without them ever being reported than all real CP groups in the second half of 2021. Not to mention the staggering 7,000 plus groups that were banned after being reported for SCRM. While Discord claims to have a zero-tolerance policy for grooming, only 220 total cases of grooming were reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in the second half of 2021. Discord is careful not to make known the exact number of grooming bans that were not reportable, but I think that besides drawings, these may also be grouped into the huge SCRM category, as Discord likes to brush off a lot of grooming as minors dating minors. If that is the case, and the majority of grooming cases are being grouped with SCRM, that means they are likely also not being escalated to law enforcement. Grooming may begin on Discord, but it can move off of it very quickly. If you trust the data from Discord, then the claims that the moderation team are not doing anything about the pedo problem are not true. However, I don't think the mods are the ones viewing the actual CP reports, which are probably handled by automated systems. There are simply not enough people at Discord to manually review each report anyway. As such, many real pedos probably get away with grooming. In 2019, about 40,000 total accounts were banned, but that has increased in the last year to an estimated 1.5 million. These numbers are not perfect, as Discord likes to change the way things are grouped, but there's been an explosion of bans recently. Are moderators just now finally starting to crack down due to pressure from investors? Or are more pedos using Discord than ever before? On the topic of moderation, Discord is also known to go after groups who have certain political opinions. Discord also admits to working closely with certain extortion/smear organizations that are famous for defending child rape murderers, you know the ones. Discord bans medical misinformation, which is a meaningless blanket term used to censor info that may hurt the profits of major companies. Discord moderation is extremely against game cheating or hacking communities too, which is a real shame because a lot of these communities have esoteric knowledge on the inner workings of games that can be vital to modders, preservationists, or just people wanting to mess around with the games that they own. Many forums or forum-like websites where people would go to discuss issues or things related to very specific topics are being replaced with Discord groups. This was already a problem when communities would use IRC instead of public forums. Anyone not in the Discord group can't access the info, and once the group is gone, all that info is gone with it. This has led to the loss of mass amounts of esoteric info on various topics. This is a big problem with the video game and technical communities, as any unique or lesser known information is essentially locked inside of these groups. Sometimes this kind of behavior is actually intentional. Members sometimes feel some kind of power being the arbiter of their niche information. In general, many Discord users behave and speak in a very similar way. They seem to almost be trying to emulate what they think a Discord user would do or say, as if they were a character in someone's YouTube video or something. This ties back into the topic of not being able to make real friends. Having genuine communication with the majority of Discord users is very difficult, but you absolutely can have genuine interactions on Discord. In fact, most of my interactions on Discord are genuine. It may shock you, but yes, I actually do have a Discord account that I log into less than once a month on average. I'm only in 2 groups, one of those being a group of game artists like myself. This is less of a secret club sharing forbidden knowledge, and more of a place for shitposting. The other group I'm in is, of course, the Star by Star Gaming group. I also have to have a Discord account to talk to various people that I'm contracted to do work for, because many times they or their communities prefer Discord for voice chat. My account is probably easy to find, but I do not accept communication via Discord unless I have prior contact with someone outside of Discord beforehand. If you just want to ask me simple questions, I suggest using email, maybe YouTube comments, or the Shy Studios public BBS, which I've created to allow anonymous discussion of really any topic, but mostly focused on stuff that I'm involved in. All business inquiries must come to me through email first. Officially, Shy Studios does not support Discord in any capacity. So if you use Discord the way I do, which is basically not at all, then the majority of security and privacy concerns are just thrown out the window. I'll never install the official Discord client on any device, so Discord can only collect data through the web browser. And of course I use a separate browser for Discord than I do for my actual web browsing. My communications made via Discord are of little value, and I make sure to never share personal information or important files through Discord. I believe a big reason Discord has been so harmful to internet and real-life culture is because of its consolidation of multiple programs into a single system. Discord replaces instant messaging, group chat rooms, person-to-person or small group private voice chat, public voice chat rooms, public text boards, bulletin board systems, image boards, and sadly even discussion forums. Discord is leading the way into the new era of computing hell, where everything will talk to you like a little baby. Most software and websites already do. Oops, looks like we can't find that page. Who is we? No one will know what is actually going on under the hood. Everything will be black boxed and service or cloud-based. New software will be built on top of 1,000 layers of abstraction. Hardware will be more powerful, but performance will be worse because no one will know how to write real software. There are certainly other issues with Discord, such as the appropriation of real net culture, the Discord cabals who try and force new memes into popular use, horrid audio quality, the culture that's formed around Discord use, and the terms of service which grants Discord a license to use your original content in any way they please, including modifying it. I'm sure there are plenty of things that I've missed that may seem obvious to you, but you have to remember, I don't use Discord. I do not personally believe that Jason Citron or his colleagues had the intention to create some kind of evil service that is designed to wipe out mass online history and culture. Discord actually acts almost like a containment zone to an extent, keeping the undesirables out of a lot of the real internet. In defense of Discord, the service is functional and clearly there's a lot of work put into the back end by many skilled individuals. There are plenty of reasons to avoid Discord altogether, but if you're like me and can still be friends with people who aren't 100% clones of yourself, you may at some point need to talk to those friends on Discord. Occasional use of Discord for basic chit-chat via the website is no more of a privacy or security risk than the majority of other messaging software currently in use. This whole video is actually just a truncated version of my full 14,000 word article about Discord. So if you enjoyed this video and you want more grueling details, go check out the full thing at the link in the description. And make sure you get subscribed because next week I'll have a video going over the alternatives to Discord and why many of them are not as good as most people claim.